Hey guys, it's Jessie V. So I have been waiting to post this video for so long. I don't think I've ever been more excited about a video because today you guys are about to see an animated V-time. I'm even wearing a shirt that says I got animated. My first animation ever. I was just so excited to be a part of this project. It was created by a site called Story Booth, so huge shout out to them. They made this possible for me. Story Booth is a site where they take people's real, true stories and turn them into awesome animations. I will talk a bit more about them after you watch this animation. It is about my struggle with an anxiety disorder, which is a very common thing, and that is another reason why I love Story Booth, because they pick the most relatable stories that they can show to the world to make kids not feel so alone. So I hope that today's story can help some of you if you're struggling with an anxiety disorder. I still am, but I found a way to kind of make it easier for me to deal with. So without further ado, here is my anxiety story. I was an extremely nervous and shy kid, the type that hid behind their mom to avoid any social interaction. My first day of grade 1 was a complete nightmare. My dad dropped me at school and I begged him to go to class with me. I couldn't stand the thought of being alone in a room full of strangers. I cried and cried until he said yes. Turns out I was the only kid in class with a parent sitting beside me holding my hand. And it seemed like the older I got, the worse my anxiety became. I began to get more and more anxious to do things. I never raised my hand in class in fear of being wrong and everyone laughing at me. One day the teacher called on me to answer the question, and I sat there shaking and sweating in my seat, trying to form the words I wanted to say. Finally, my answer came out as a stutter and a few people chuckled beside me. And yes, I ended up being right, but it took so much effort out of me. In grade 8, we started to do a lot of presentations in class. I would always memorize what I needed to say, but the moment I stood in front of the class, I would forget everything. I would stand up there completely paralyzed. There was this one time when my teacher called me up to the front of the class to present, and as I was walking up, I tripped over someone's foot, knocked over the projector, and landed right on my face. I stood up as fast as I could and ran to the girls' bathroom to cry. I felt like I was always embarrassing myself. Even school dances were a struggle. I would stand against a wall while everyone had a good time. Eventually high school rolled around. My anxiety continued to hold me back. I struggled to meet new people, so I would sit in the library to eat my lunch. There were even a few times when the library was full and I had to eat in a washroom stall. I began developing a fear for being in crowded spaces. I could only sit in a packed classroom for a certain amount of time before I had to get up and leave. So I had to go see a guidance counselor to tell her what was wrong. And she gave me these slips of paper that I could give my teacher whenever I was feeling an anxiety attack coming on. And he would excuse me from the classroom without asking any questions. This helped me, but people started to wonder why I left the classroom so frequently. People thought I was extremely strange. The only way I can explain an anxiety attack to you is the feeling of not being able to breathe. Like something is pressing really hard on your chest and you can't take a full breath in. Your heartbeat gets faster and your whole body heats up until you sweat uncontrollably. It's a feeling of panic. Sometimes you don't even know why you feel this way. Sometimes it just happens when you least expect it. There was one day in grade 10 when my mom took my sister and I to see a movie. When we got there, the theater was pretty packed, so we had to sit in the very middle of an aisle surrounded by tons of people in every direction. About halfway through the movie, I began to feel the panic coming on. My heart began speeding up and I couldn't seem to calm myself down. I tried fanning myself with the empty popcorn bag, but that wasn't working. So I whispered into my mom's ear and told her what was going on. She seemed confused, but saw on my face how upset I was. So we all got up and left the theater. I finally decided this was enough. I needed help. My parents set me up with a therapist in my area. It was a very comfortable environment and I was able to tell her everything that was bothering me. She told me that I definitely had an anxiety disorder. She told me that she could work with me to lessen its effect on my life. This took a while, but with help I was noticing changes in my life. I began reaching out to people at school. I rarely left my class or a movie theater because I felt claustrophobic. Things were changing all around me for the better. And yes, anxiety is still a part of my life, but it isn't as dominant as it was before. My last year of college, I was even able to start my YouTube channel, which took a lot of courage and confidence. I'm even able to talk to an audience of people at meet and greets without having a complete meltdown. Things are great, and I'm the happiest I've been in my entire life.
Oh my god, and we totally jumped off the cliff and had to swim all the way to shore because the dog chased us all the way to the end.
I hope you guys enjoyed that. This meant so much to me. Another huge thanks to Storybooth for making this happen. They are such a great team of people, so friendly. I really loved working with them, so I will leave the link to their website below along with their YouTube channel. If you guys are interested in having one of your stories animated, definitely check out their website. All you have to do is think of a true story that has happened to you and you record it on their online studio, and if they pick yours, they will work together with you to create an animation, which is so excited. I cannot believe they're doing such a wonderful thing for kids. Go Storybooth! But yeah, I hope you guys learned a bit more about me from this story, and I hope it made you feel not so alone if you're also going through this, or any sort of mental illness or struggle in life. There are so many people around you who are going through the same thing, and there is help for it. Although it might never fully go away, there's ways to cope like I have. Thank you guys for all of the support you've given to me. It means so much to me. I love you so much, to the moon and back. I hope you guys have an awesome day, and until next time, bye!